Hi, this is just one of my classic in the car videos because it's a topic I quickly want to make a video about, but it's not like a organized, structured, lengthy kind of deal, so I'm just going to do it on my work break. I've been silenced again on Twitter for the second time. Yes, my @demotivator has been suspended. So unless that gets unsuspended, that's probably it for me for Twitter. I had a lot of fun on there. It was good times. Sometimes I'd be way too sarcastic and snarky and just sort of like making people feel annoyed, I suppose. But that was normally just because, you know, get into these circular conversations and arguments that were not interesting because they were just talking points and like, you people believe this, you people believe that, the same tired arguments again and again and again. So I just get sarcastic and I get snarky, and that put a bunch of people off. So I'm not like expecting a lot of support because I honestly do not believe a lot of the kind of free speech advocate sort of people when it comes to things like Twitter and reporting and flagging. I think a lot of it is just a sides-based thing. Normally it's like, it's okay if this person gets false flagged or this person gets kicked off something, or at least I won't comment on that because I don't care about that person's a douche or whatever. And then with the people they like, it's like, this is a huge deal. This is like a massive freedom of speech issue. We have to protest. We have to start GoFundMes. We have to organize. And I just don't have much faith that a lot of sort of free speech advocate people are consistent about that. So I don't expect a lot of people to be like, oh my god, Tim got suspended, I'm gonna go immolate myself in front of the White House or something like that. How did this happen? I don't know for sure, because the message that I got from Twitter was just that they are purging or getting rid of people who had avoided bans in the past, and I had an original Twitter called @demotivator which got suspended, and after that got suspended I used a different email to make a new one called demotivator. So that was my second account. So they're right, I did avoid a ban or a suspension. I absolutely did that. But the reason I did that was because the first time I got suspended, Twitter never told me what I did. I literally never found out. They just said in the guidelines, suspended for abusive behavior or something. I didn't know what tweets it was. I didn't know what the context of that was. I didn't know who I had supposedly abused in some way. I didn't know anything. And I sent an appeal saying, if I have abused somebody and I've not been aware of maybe how my behavior was coming off or what I was doing, I would be happy to change that. Could you tell me what that was? I just got sent back automatic messages. They just closed it and said they didn't care. So I was like, well, if I don't know why I got suspended for anything, I don't know what I did wrong. They just kept sending me the Twitter guidelines saying I broke these. I'm like, what did I break in them? I had no idea. I said, well, fuck it, I'll make another account then. So the thing they got me over this time is valid because it's true, but the thing they got me over the first time, I don't know. Never found out. Son's a bit annoying. Anyways, this is what I've written in my appeal this time. Hello there. Sorry I sent another appeal earlier. Now, I may have screwed myself because I sent an appeal earlier having not known why I was banned and just saying, oh, could you unban me, or I don't know what's going on. And if someone looks at that one and just says it was fair, then they might just close the case based on the first email. So they won't even look at my second email. So I kind of fucked myself, but I said, just saw the reason for my banning, which was avoided a Twitter suspension. That is true. I did avoid a suspension. My first account was @demotivator and was suspended. I made a new one because I was never told why I was suspended. I had no idea why. Asking why produced no answers. So without knowing why I'd been suspended, it seemed totally unfair, so I felt fine making another account. This may go against your rules. However, how is it fair in the first place if I have no idea why I was banned anyways? I'd understand if you leave me banned for that. However, I'm a good faith user who doesn't use Twitter to harass or cause harm to others like Alex Jones, who you refuse to suspend. I use Twitter to keep fans updated on my YouTube channel and talk with people about issues and ideas, and you may get some fans of mine wondering what has happened. If you choose to unsuspend me, I would super appreciate that, because I don't think I represent any sort of problem to anybody. I'm just a bit sarcastic at times. Thank you, Tim Blake. P.S. Please suspend sociopathic people who are actually dangerous, like Alex Jones. Cheers. Now, another aspect of this is just some personalities which have been swirling around Twitter suspensions recently. One of them is Cult of Dusty, who's a sort of left-wing liberal dude, or progressive, kind of annoys people a bunch. He got suspended. TJ Kirk, the amazing atheist, he got suspended for a clearly satirical joke, and I said that doesn't make sense. It was a joke. A lot of people were like, well, fuck TJ Kirk. You know, I hate TJ Kirk because he did A, B, and C in the past. And Tim, you're a sellout for standing up for that guy because he's terrible or something. And I just would say, then it's a shame that he got suspended over a joke that he shouldn't have been suspended over. And that's completely unfair. It's just a false flag. Somebody falsely tried to say that his tweet wasn't satirical. And it was a joke, so that was ridiculous. And some other people whose names I'm forgetting have been suspended, some other liberal people, I can't remember who. Theron Meyer, who is a trans, kind of lefty YouTuber, used to be more right-wing. She also got purged, but someone said she had done a Twitter avoidance like me. And I know that people think that I'm okay with people being false flagged or suspended and stuff, and they'll say, well, that's ironic, you know, the hypocritical SJW who loves people getting banned and so forth got suspended from Twitter. But my position has always been, you know, are you being fairly targeted or suspended for something? And I don't think I was originally, so why would I be a hypocrite on that? I think Alex Jones, as I've detailed in a previous video, has done such horrific things to people, dangerous, sociopathic, horrible things, that he should be banned from basically all of these platforms, really, for just the horrific stuff that he's done. See my previous video. And Twitter refuses to suspend him, so it doesn't, I don't understand the system, it doesn't make any sense. And there was a little bit of drama before I was suspended because Blair White, who is a right-wing YouTuber who's got a lot of followers, and Shoe on Head, who's more of a kind of centrist, left-leaning individual who's got a large YouTube channel as well, I got in a fight with them because I said that Blair White wanted a safe space at MythCon because she wanted to get somebody banned for saying they would flip the finger at her, and I found that ironic because that's a safe space thing to do, you know. Flipping the bird to somebody is offensive and mean, but it's not going to harm someone. Shoe on Head called it harassment. She said, you know, that's targeted harassment. And I just thought, well, that's funny because that is like a safe space thing. You know, if someone does the fingers at you, you can shrug that off and be like, that person's a jerk. Maybe the people around you would be like, what a dick. And I found that ironic because my perception of them being very anti-feminist would be that they would make fun of safe spaces and think that safe spaces are stupid and they're places where you go to, where you can't be criticized and everybody has to be like la-di-da feelings or whatever. But then they both went after me very hard on that and said like, no, I don't think that about safe spaces, that's not fair, etc, etc. And I said, okay, maybe I was wrong about that. And Blair White said that I was a disgusting, pathetic loser with no life who's obsessed with 6 people and I'm unprofessional. All this random stuff. Which was just confusing, but Sean had engaged me about that and that was fine. And after that run-in with those 2 people with lots of followers, then I get suspended. I find the timing suspicious, and I don't know if because I was exposed to those large audiences of those 2 people that somebody in their audience was like, oh wait, he's on a second account, and brought me to the notice of Twitter support or what have you to shut me up, or if it's just coincidence and they just happen to be purging the stuff. I don't know, I have no idea. I'm a little suspicious. But if that was true, I would not blame Blair White for that, and I would not blame Shoe on Head for that. I would blame myself for that. The reason being that I am aware of the fact, and I should be more savvy about this, that when you engage in some sort of contentious exchange with someone else on Twitter who has a lot of followers, you are opening yourself up for false flagging. If, you know, Blair White or Shoe on Head or whatever say, don't do that, it's not what we want, that's the terrible thing with super free speech people. They have very intense fans who get angry at people fighting with them, and they could take it upon themselves to false flag you. So it's important sometimes when you're a smaller person to not really respond to these larger people, because that's gonna potentially fuck you up, and that may have been what happened. And as I said, I wouldn't blame them for that, I would blame myself. I should have kept my head down, and I shouldn't have criticized or said things that annoyed or were disliked by people with big user fan bases. So there you go. I guess maybe that's it for me for Twitter. I had a very good time. Thank you to everyone I've been able to talk to. I'll keep doing YouTube until I get suspended off this for some reason. And yep, too raw for Twitter. Maybe I'll be unsuspended, but if I'm not, I'll see you around. It was a lot of fun knowing you. Cheers.